What is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for tuning in. I know it's an off day for the Los Angeles Lakers, but had a couple of topics that I wanted to get into. I think you guys will enjoy the topics. Talk a little LeBron James, and I want to talk about Christian Wood. I want to give some love to Christian Wood as well. But a few things to get into here, and won't be too long of a video. But let's get right into it. If it's the first time you've been on the show, greatly appreciate it. Anybody that's not subscribed, if you can subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Okay. Nice win by the Lakers last night against the Los Angeles Clippers. It goes 2 overtimes. The Lakers end up obviously kind of a roller coaster game, down 19, up 9. Game goes to overtime, and they eventually take care of business. I think a lot of the conversation, at least for me last night, was just the excitement of the game, right? Your team wins. You haven't beat the Clippers in 11 games. It's the best win that you've had so far this year. And there's a little bit of, all right, that was good to see. It was nice to see the Lakers make it happen. It was great to see the role players step up. Pretty much every player that stepped up last night was fantastic for the Lakers, and in their own way. It doesn't mean just statistically that they found ways to contribute. Even Max Christie and Jackson Hayes, everybody found ways to contribute. When the dust settled, I think the conversation is it's fair to have this conversation now. Lakers are 5 games in. They're 3-2 on the season. There was initially a conversation about workload after the first game of the year. It was on LeBron James. So I'm going to throw this out to the Laker fans, and you guys can tell me if there's any concern here or do the Lakers just not have a choice? LeBron James in these first 5 games, okay? You don't have to worry about his actual stats. So LeBron so far, if you think LeBron's going to slow down a little bit, this is what he's done so far for the Lakers this year. In 5 games for the Lakers, 24.5 points per game. He's got 9 rebounds a game, 6.5 assists a game, steal and a half a game, and then 1 block per game. So LeBron statistically, if you think, hey, is this dude going to start slowing down? Which, by the way, I don't get it. I don't understand how it's still happening in year 21. I really don't. It just doesn't make any sense. But if the question is, will the guy start showing that he is aging, that he is in his 21st season, that he's got logged all those minutes in the course of all the playoffs and everything else? I think he's 300-plus minutes behind Kareem for all-time minutes as well, played in the NBA. Just unbelievable what he's doing. But through the first 5 games, LeBron looks exactly like LeBron looked in year 20, in year 19, in year 18, in year 17. Go as far down the list as you want. LeBron still looks great. Now, it's only 5 games in, so isn't he going to be fresh now? Isn't he going to be healthy now? I think the bigger question is, what does he look 30 games in? What does he look 50 games in? What's he look like 70 games in? That's going to be the bigger question that, will most certainly come up as the season progresses. But I want to highlight something for you guys here. And I might as well just share the screen with you guys. By the way, I use StatMuse a ton. It's just a great place to grab some of these stats. It's very, very helpful. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys here real quick. So we're on StatMuse right now. You guys can see it. Let me just highlight. Here are the minutes. This is the column for the minutes. This first game was against Denver. And I don't know. You guys can tell me this. Hypothetically, if Darvin Ham didn't come out and LeBron James, that conversation wasn't there after the first game, where they basically said, look, we want LeBron James to play X amount of minutes. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We want him around 28 to 30 minutes a game. If, again, I'm gonna go back to if here. Hypothetically, if the Lakers only played LeBron or never said that they were going to play LeBron 28 to 30 minutes a game, maybe we're not talking as much about this. But after game 1 against Denver, they basically told us, here's the game plan. 28 to 30. That's what we're going to play LeBron James. Are there going to be times that goes over? Of course. There's going to be a lot of, hey, how you feeling? Everything all right? Do you want to go in the fourth quarter? Is it a close game? Is it not a close game? Is the game within reach? Is it not within reach? Either way, whether they're getting blown out or they're blowing a team out, maybe if they don't mention any of that in that first game against Denver, maybe we're not having as much of a conversation about it, but they trained us. They told us. They said, look, 28 to 30 minutes is where we want LeBron. Look at LeBron's minutes since then. 35 against Phoenix. 39 against Sacramento. That was an overtime game. 33 against Orlando. Came down to the wire. And 42 minutes last night against the Los Angeles Clippers. Again, in another overtime game. And oh, by the way, this Orlando game was the second of a back-to-back, which they have 15 back-to-backs this year. LeBron is playing major minutes, period. No other way to look at it. And Laker fans, I think you would agree with me on this. It's not sustainable. Of course it's not sustainable. It's just not. Now, you can argue this a couple ways. I could hear some Laker fans saying, no, it's LeBron. This is what he does. You know, I get it. Yes, he's in his 21st season. Michael Thompson always tells me in the pregame show, Alan, he's not like you and me. He's different. First of all, Michael, don't compare you and me because you actually were an athlete and we're in the NBA and we're a part of the Showtime era. So why don't we go ahead and just separate the two of us, right? Athlete, Alan Sliwa. A little bit of a different here. But anyways, you guys know what I'm saying is he's basically saying he's not like everybody else. So I think there are some people that could sit there and say, yes, I get it. He's in his 21st season, but go look at his 20th season, his 19th season, 18th. The dude just ain't slowing down. What makes you think he's going to slow down in his 21st season? You can make that case. That's fine. But the game plan coming into this year was the Lakers got all this depth. They got guys that they're going to have an opportunity to take some of the workload off of LeBron James. D'Angelo Russell is very capable of averaging 17 and 8 a game. Austin Reeves is very capable of averaging 17 and 5 a game, and I'm talking about rebounds and another 4 assists, something along those lines. Christian Wood is kind of a bucket, right? That's kind of how he's been in the league. Can he give you another 12, 13 points? Can Rui give you another 12, 13 points? Taurean Prince is going to hit some threes. Gabe Vincent is a nice player. Lakers went out there and got all this depth. And I think part of it was they know what the grind is in an 82-game set with a player like LeBron James, who's an unbelievable player, but at the same time, he's going to be 39 here in the next couple of months or so. If you're going to depend on LeBron the way the Lakers have depended on LeBron so far this year, it's not sustainable. We can't accomplish our goals if the Lakers are depending on LeBron like this through an 82-game grind. You could depend on him come playoff time, but if you need LeBron to play those kinds of minutes every single night, how's he going to do it over 82 games? We've already seen some games this year, too, where you take Bron out of the lineup, you're looking at the squad, and it's like, guys, they don't have a choice. They got to bring Bron back in. So it's going to be an interesting balancing act. And my hope is this. Let's say Bron keeps playing minutes like this. I hope we could get to 20, 25 minutes, or I'm sorry, 20, 25 games. Let's call it 25 games, and Bron's still logging these same type of minutes. I hope we get to a point where, let's say by game 25, that the Lakers have built themselves some wins and that the rest of the role players now are incredibly comfortable, that there's been some opportunities for them to say, okay, hey, we know what to do when Bron's not on the floor. We know what to do. We know how to do it. We know who to go to. We know which lineups are effective. And maybe even, hell, they might even have some opportunities, these second of back-to-backs. Bron and Darvin Ham say, okay, let's sit Bron out tonight. So now they have even more opportunity. But I think what's happening right now early on in the season, in my opinion, is anytime Bron's on the floor, and this is how it's been for Bron his entire career, anytime he's on the floor, everybody just kind of relies and depends on LeBron James, right? That's common. We've seen that with LeBron James now for basically his entire career. So guys he's the bailout person. He's, hey, if things aren't going right, I'll just throw it to LeBron. LeBron's going to figure it out. Or, hey, we don't know where to go. Okay, just give the ball to LeBron James. I hope there's opportunities over these 25 games where the Lakers do not depend on LeBron James, because if they want to get where they want to get to, which is not just to the playoffs, but to the Western Conference Finals and then the finals, and then actually really competing for an NBA championship. If they want to get there, this is not the game plan. The LeBron James playing 42, 33, 39, 35, that's not the game plan to get there. And it's not just the minutes he's putting up. They're depending on him like they have pretty much in LeBron's career. And that's why you got your depth. That's why you have all these players. That's why you went out, got them. That's why we keep praising in the offseason, oh my gosh, they're 10, 11, 12 deep. Well, the reason why you have that much depth is to hopefully take some of the workload off of LeBron's shoulders, at least through the first 5 games. That has not been the case. So I think that's just something to point out. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just trying to be smart with a player that's in his 21st season. And we all want to see the Lakers succeed. And if they're going to do that, then they're going to eventually have to get to a point where they're not as dependent on LeBron. Again, in the regular season. Postseason, I don't care. Postseason, you play him however. It's it. You're at the end anyways. But it's how you get from where we're sitting today to the postseason. That's the biggest question, and that's something that the Lakers got to figure out, and that's on Darvin Ham. That's on the role players. That's on Anthony Davis. That's on all these guys. By the way, AD too, it's not like Anthony Davis is known for his durability and grinding out 80 games a year. Anthony Davis played 47 minutes last night. So this isn't just be cautious of LeBron, also on Anthony Davis as well, but LeBron is the one where I just think it's so key. It's so important. Okay. Feel free to put in the comments below your thoughts on the LeBron situation and how the Lakers really are going to have to try to balance this. And if you think it's feasible, listen, you might just say, look, Al, it doesn't matter. If LeBron's not in there, this squad they're not going to win games. And we're going to need a larger sample size to show that. But I think we've also seen where LeBron's not in some lineups. I mean, yesterday was unique, right? You had a lineup that brought you back in that third quarter, and it's not like Bron was a big part of that. But Bron also made sure to have the stats last night, close out the game. What were his final stats last night? Just off the top of my head, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 35 points, 2 blocks, a steal in 42 minutes of play. So there's your LeBron James right there. Okay, a quick shout out here to my partner on the page. I got a goal every time that I do one of these videos. My goal is to try to sign up 10 new people on Underdog Fantasy through my code HoopsLA. I'm going to throw in my picks right now. If you guys like playing daily fantasy sports, Underdog Fantasy is awesome. You get up to a $500 deposit match. I don't know of any of the other DFS sites that are doing that. I know Underdog is doing it, and it's so easy to play. I'm about to put in some picks. I'm going to put some games in for tomorrow. I think it's going to be fun to do this. All you got to do is just put the code HoopsLA, sign up. You'll be hooking me up a lot. We have a goal to hit, and I got plans if we can hit that goal. The goal is to get 250 people, new people on this channel to sign up. And if we're able to do that, trust me, I'll put that money right back into this channel. I'll do some stuff where we're giving out swag. Like I will take care of my people. Don't worry about that. But if you play DFS or you've never played it before, man, it would be awesome if you could go on Underdog Fantasy and put the code HoopsLA, and then this channel will obviously get credit for it. My goal is to just get 10 people of all the thousands of views that we get on this channel. The goal is 10 people every time I do one of these, and I'll keep track with you guys as well. Okay, so what I do is I go to Pick'ems right here. I go to NBA. This is pregame, as in it's not during a game. It's a game coming up. And then all I got to do is pick 2 of these higher or lowers, and then I'll make my bet and I can win. I'll show you what I can win on top of that. Okay. Let's do Klay Thompson higher or lower at OKC. It's tomorrow. I'm going to go lower than 18.5 points to Klay. Don't tell Michael Thompson, his father, that. And then let's find one more player. Josh Giddey's on there. Jalen Williams is on there. Dort, Steph Curry, Chet Holmgren. Where's my guy? Where's Shea Gilgeous? All right, Shea Gilgeous is not a part of this one. All right, let's do another one then. Let's go to Josh Giddey is a baller too. Let's see assists, higher or lower. I'm going to go higher than 7 assists for Josh Giddey. That dude's a baller. All I do is I put in here 10 bucks is what I'm paying. 2 correct pays up to $30. So I got 2 of these right here. I'm betting 10 bucks. If I get it, I'm winning $30. I hit submit. It makes it fun. It makes the games fun. It adds a little skin to the game. And like I said, just put the code in HoopsLA. They will give you up to a $500 deposit match. And what does that mean? You put 50 bucks in, they'll match it. That's 100. You put 500 bucks in, they'll match it. That's 1,000. Sounds like a good deal to me. HoopsLA is the code. And thank you for being a part of that. I got one more thing I want to do here. Can we give some love to Christian Wood? And let me actually be the one as best as I can to give some love to this dude. So Christian Wood is a guy that ended up being the 14th player on this roster. 14th guy. That's the addition that they had. And think about this with Christian Wood. He had a lot of teams that wanted to sign him. And I think part of the reason why he took so long to get signed was because if Damian Lillard would have got traded to the Miami Heat, it sounds like Miami had a pitch already to him like, look, we have a way of using you and you could shine here in Miami. I get it. He waited. Dame didn't happen. And he really didn't have to worry about other teams moving on. It was the Lakers' 14th roster spot. So I'm sure they were saying, okay, if this guy can go get more money somewhere else, let him go do his thing. But at least if it doesn't work out, maybe we're going to be on the list. He's got a relationship with Darvin Ham. I remember interviewing him during media day, and something really stood out to me. You know, it was kind of a question like, look, you're coming in. You obviously want to prove that you deserve more money, that you deserve a long-term contract somewhere, whatever that looks like, or at least a multi-year contract. How does that not get in the way of just trying to contribute to the Lakers? And he's like, not an issue at all. He said, I've been in the league for 8 years. I've never made the playoffs, never played one playoff game. So right out the gate, he was telling you, I want to win. I just love that about him. He's from Long Beach. He's from Southern California, obviously. And it just seemed like whatever this team needs me to do, I'm all in. And part of that reason, honestly, is probably his relationship with Darvin Ham, believing in if you come play here, you're going to get minutes. You're going to get opportunities. So he wasn't worried about the minutes. He wasn't worried about getting an opportunity to show what he's all about, what he brings to the table. I don't feel like that was ever an issue for him. I think he already knew, like, look, I'm going to get my shot here if I end up coming to the Lakers. Comes to the Lakers. This is what he's done so far with the Lakers in these 5 games. All right, let's do it one more time. A little stat muse action. Let me show you the stats for his 5 games. Okay, let's start at the bottom here. And you could see his minutes have pretty much started kind of creeping up after every game. The Lakers are using him more and more. Okay, first game against Denver. Okay, it's a first game. 7 points, 4 rebounds. Not that big of a deal. Second game against Phoenix. Wow, 7 points, but 10 rebounds. Okay, what you do in that third game against the Sacramento Kings? Only played 14 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Orlando, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 3 block shots. Gotta love that. And then yesterday, 10 points, 11 rebounds. I've already pointed this out. Look at his plus minus, plus 14, plus 12, plus 12, plus 23, and plus 2. Not one game that he's been in that the Lakers did not outscore the opponent when Christian Wood is in the lineup, and significant. Almost all of them by double digits, an average of 12.6. Christian Wood has been great for the Lakers so far. And now you might say, Alan, you're being dramatic. No, I don't think I am. Rui got off to a slow start. Jared Vanderbilt hasn't played a game yet. Rui's been out for a couple games now. Taurean Prince was just out yesterday. The The Lakers are missing some guys. You know who's there every single night? Christian Wood is. Here's another great thing about Christian Wood that I did not know came with Christian Wood's game. Look at his shot attempts. Does this look like a guy that's just coming in and just jacking up shots to get his? Not at all. 4 shots, 7 shots, 3 shots, 6 shots, and 6 shots. That sounds like somebody that's, all right, Darvin Ham is asking me to play defense and go grab rebounds. I'm going to do everything I can to do that. And shots are just going to come, but he's not taking ill-advised shots. He's not taking bad shots. He's not putting the team in a compromised position. He's not doing any of that. I can't tell you how much I respect what he's done so far for the Lakers, and he's been incredibly effective as well. You know, the dude's shooting 57% from the field, almost 58% from the field. He's shooting 38.5% from the three-point line. And like I said, points-wise, 8 points a game, almost 9, and almost 8 rebounds. I can't ask for anything more from this guy. He's doing everything. He deserves the love, and I feel like Twitter and I feel like some of these, obviously local shows, national shows, I think people are recognizing what he's doing, but I wanted to make sure I went out of my way to show the man some love because I think Christian Wood's doing a phenomenal job, and I think most Laker fans would agree. So your thoughts on Christian Wood? Hopefully this continues. Who knows where he's going to be in the next couple of weeks, couple of months of how much more he can contribute for the Lakers, but I think he's been fantastic, and hopefully he keeps it up. So, Laker fans, that's all I got for today. Just a quick little video. Want to throw this up there. Is LeBron's workload sustainable? I know that's one of them that I had. And just giving some love to Christian Wood. Don't forget, next game for the Lakers is coming up on Saturday against the Orlando Magic. I'll make sure to do a post-game show after that. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. I love doing this, and I love doing it specifically for YouTube. And it means a lot when I see the comments, when I see the views, when I see the likes. It's like fuel to the fire that tells you, hey, maybe people actually really like what the hell you're doing, and I feel the love on that. So thank you very much for doing that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll be back with you guys soon, and hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks, Laker fans.